So it's been a pretty miserable summer. I left to go overseas and it was pouring down with rain, and I come back and it's still pouring down with rain. Hi all, welcome back to TJM. It's a really cold summer's morning here today, and apologies I haven't been around much. I've been gallivanting overseas, been to Vietnam for a couple of weeks, which was fun. Played up a lot there, it was good, but back home now feeling a bit jet lagged. So what's been happening? Since I've been away for the last 2 weeks, I haven't produced any more videos, but a few things have gone. We've sold the bargain S-Type, which I'm happy it went. I got 3.5k for it, Aussie. It owed me just over 2 grand, I think, after we did all the work. That doesn't include my labour. Also sold the X300 XJ6. Now, I hadn't finished doing all the work on that I wanted to. It's still got a few cosmetic things to do, but we've got all the main components and drivetrain all perfect, so it's a good running car. I didn't really get what I wanted for it. I'm actually losing money on it a little bit, but I've got nowhere to store it. I've got no garaging because we bought the Hong Kong XJS. So it's going today. We're just going to see if it starts up for the driver, and it should start up all right. Let's see. I'm going to miss this thing. I really did want to keep it because it's such a great car, low mileage for a 23-year-old, and it really just needed some catching up on its maintenance work. Battery's a little bit low, but she started up. No ugly lights except for the old airbag light, which the new owner's aware of, but that's why he's buying it at the price he's buying it at. Well, I nearly killed myself, so that's pretty good. We'll leave that running for a little bit. It's good, it doesn't blow any smoke on startup, so the valve stem seals are really good on it. It's just a good car, it just needs a little bit more TLC. Sad to see it go. So what else have we got planned? The Series 3 V12, it's still in the paint shop. It's going to be there for a while. He's quoted me quite a bit of money to do that, and economically it's not really going to be worth it for me in regards to the value of it, but it's a good car to save, so I'm definitely going to save that thing and spend the money on it, and just keep it as a daily driver, because I really like that. And this is going to be another year. We did 60 odd videos last year, some of them okay, most of them pretty average, but I hope you guys have been enjoying the channel. And we're going to probably do another at least 100 videos for 2023. We have a new project coming next month, which is pretty exciting. It's a new one, a new purchase, a little bit different, but I won't tell you about it yet till it comes. I'm pretty excited about it, and we're going to just get stuck in more into that XJS today and show you what I've already done on it and what we plan to do on it in the next couple of weeks, because that is a great car, and the more I'm looking at that car, the more I'm excited about it. So stick with me, guys. Well, it's a long time this thing's had a polish. Even though it's going to go to the paint shop, giving it a good polish and clean and buff will help me determine which panels need painting and which don't. Fortunately, the roof won't need painting. Gotta save me a few bucks. But she's sparkling already.
Well, I've just spent a couple of hours on the baby, just giving it a polish. I didn't buff it, I've just polished it and given it a bit of a detail. And she's come up a real treat. She's turning into a really nice car with very little work done already. Sure, there's some mechanical things to do and to fix that window, but just having it looking this a little bit cleaner and a bit sparkly just gives me a little bit more motivation to get stuck into this thing. And a couple of comments that you guys have brought to my attention from the last video, that being a Hong Kong car, Hong Kong's not a big place, so they don't travel long distances unless they go over the mainland. So it could be just a low-K car. And having a look at this brake pedal, there's no wear on that at all. New XJ owners know that they do wear a little bit. They're pretty tough, but that's showing absolutely zero wear. This is my 85 XJS Anna with 207,000 kilometres on it. It's not worn much, but you can clearly see that it's worn. So it's probably a low-K car. Even the steering wheel, it's zero wear on it anywhere really. Little brushy pads there, they don't show any wear where it goes into drive. They haven't been worn. And you drive this thing and it pretty much just drives like a new car. It is 30 something years old. 32 years old, 33 years old, oh my God. So I'm pretty confident that it's got a lot of life left in her. She's a good low-K car. Whether it's 53,500 or not remains to be seen. Unfortunately, she didn't come with any books, so she's a bit of a Jane Doe, but that's why I got it cheap.
Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby.
So the plan with this thing, we're definitely going to change the wood. I'm not going to do this on this video because we're running out of time, and again, it's holiday time, so I'm going away next week on a motorcycle ride for another week, and then I'm going to, hopefully we might even be able to get to this today, get this door card off and just have a look to see why that window winder is broken. We're also going to replace the door cards because the others are shot. They've got water damage. I'm going to pull one off in a minute and show you. I bought these, and these have been precision cut. I bought them overseas. These came from Estonia, believe it or not. They're only like $50 each. Plus there was $50 freight, so they end up owing me $100 each for the door cards. But I think it's still worth it. It's makes the job so much easier. And I've just given the seat a bit of a clean and a drink with conditioner.
And she's come up a treat compared to what it used to look like. And it really doesn't look like a high mileage seat, in my opinion. So we'll whiz this door card off. I haven't done one for a while. Don't think they're too complicated. Couple of screws there. Put the front in. Get this off here. Pull that right back gently. Pull that right back without damaging that. You can damage it if you don't bring it back correctly. This one is, she's shot. So we've got to take all these bizzo bits off and whack all them back onto those new door cards. Bit of a job. Yeah, the driver's one's, it's not even there, half of it. If you go back, have a look further, she's really gone in there. Really had it. All water damage. Remove this speaker that's not original. We'll put new speakers in while we're at it. No one ever use these old things. I don't know how long they've been in there. Even though they're not original. Not too bad condition. What have we got there? Ooh, 60 watt. Oh God, they're tight. Oh God, they're tight. Oh God, they're tight. Why wasn't it working? Doesn't look too bad. Don't want to get my new casual tracky pants dirty, otherwise wifey's going to go off the brain. But let's just see what's going on here as to why it is not going. Go figure. So the gear must be in the, looks like the gear in the motor's gone, because, so it's in the motor itself. That's okay. We've got another one of them. We'll get rid of that. Boy. Whatever that damage is on the outside, there's a bit of rust there and there's a bit of filler there. Even though we've got a strengthening bar in there so you can't really see behind it, it's not a bad issue. I was worried that I was going to see rust in there and all sorts of things. And look, pretty much I'll clean that out, but that's nice and clean in there, no rust. It's a good thing about Hong Kong cars, you know, they don't have salt on the roads because it doesn't get cold enough. I'll unwrap this, and before we attach it to the backing plate, we'll test it first. I also had to take off my good brand new Christmas slackies that wifey got me for Christmas because I was worried I was going to get them dirty. And I tell you, life wouldn't be worth living if that happens. Well, just for shits and giggles, I pulled the motor off the old one, and that cog's alright and that cog's alright, so it's definitely the cog in the motor. I'm not going to pull it apart, but that's the only reason it's not working. So we'll get this backing plate on the new one, and you can tell it's been apart because it's been re-greased with new grease, so they thought it might have been this, but it was not that. But we've got the new one now, so it doesn't really matter. And this is easy so far compared to what an XJC door mechanism is. They've got this complicated wire system that holds the window in place. They also have the motor and the lifting arm, and they have this really nasty, like it must be a 30-40 kilo tension spring that holds the window in place to pull it up and down easy. And they could take you all day just to get one of those back together properly. And then you've got to line the window up because there's no frame, and that's not an easy job either. But we're not tackling that today. We've got the XJS, so it's so far so good. Window down to halfway so we can slide the roller into the guide. I think that's going to be easier that way. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. And now it's not even going up and down. What the I thought it was going to be too easy. Completely stopped working. Can you believe that? Well, it turns out that the one he sent me is just as bad. It's worse. It seizes up. It's got a cog worn inside the motor. So that's the one that was off the car. That's the new one he sent me, but they're both knackered. You can also see someone's had an attempt to take this cover plate off it, as it's been butchered a little bit. That's the one that was supposed to be working. Well, that was a bit of a disappointment. What turned out to be an easy job, now I've got to go and find another motor. It must be common for them to break. They've got a nylon cog inside that little motor. I remember my black convertible, the rear quarter one, packed it in, and I pulled the motor apart. I couldn't get the armature and that back into that motor. I stuffed it, so I had to get a new one for that. So yeah, I'll have to do a search for one. I thought I'd get that job finished today, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. They're not that hard to put back together again. So next week when we get back, I'm going to see if we get that motor. I'll try and find order one now, and we're going to actually tackle the wood. It's an easy job, but not a quick job. There's a lot of little bits and pieces of screws and things that we have to work on to get it to go. So yeah, I'm happy. When I'm pretty much established this is a low-K car. Again, I haven't taken it for drives since our last episode, but it drives like a new car. Besides, it needs a bit of issues with the brake, and the ABS light comes on randomly. I drove it the other day, didn't come on at all, and then I drove it another day and it came on straight away. Probably just a sensor or the module with the brakes. We'll probably need to get a new sphere for the brakes eventually too, because I don't think it's got a lot of gas in it. Anyway guys, that'll be it. If you like the episode, don't forget to give it the thumbs up, because that really helps my channel. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love you to subscribe, and don't forget to tell your mates. And we'll catch you next time. See you guys.